What's happening, guys? What's going on YouTube? You guys have tuned into Rules for Rebels and another episode of Side Hustle Tuesdays. Today is episode 105. We'll see if we can actually make it through an episode without an error message from my screen recorder popping up or without me running out of battery. I'm sorry for posting this one late this evening, guys. It's been a crazy day. I've been sick since yesterday. Hopefully it's not the coronavirus. And I've also been dealing with another issue. I had initially planned on attending the Arnold Sports Festival in Columbus, Ohio this weekend. However, it was announced tonight that the event has been canceled due to the coronavirus, aka COVID-19. So I was trying to cancel an Airbnb and connecting with some clients. Not to get off on too much of a tangent, but this is kind of a first-hand example of the coronavirus hurting commerce. Well, I still feel like there's a huge overreaction to this. Sometimes perception is more important than reality, and this event, which was expected to bring over 250,000 people from over 80 countries around the world, has just been canceled as of tonight. I've been talking to a few clients and also have seen a number of reactions from people on YouTube in the supplement industry, and this has really hit people hard. People have been planning on traveling from all over the world. People had tens, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars tied up in inventory, travel, and promotional materials. So it's kind of sad to see some of these people talking about kind of how it's affecting them on YouTube, but this whole coronavirus thing is starting to hit kind of close to home. Anyhow, sorry for posting late, but that's been what's going on. Today's episode is an exciting one. Today's episode is about a former librarian who's gone on to launch a business in the oral health space that did over $500,000 in sales this year alone. This side hustler and product is one I have kind of a personal connection to. My girlfriend manages a dental office and I work freelance for her boss, as well as a number of other dentists and oral surgeons. And I actually learned about this product a year back when my girlfriend brought it home raving about it one day. A lot of people stopped by their offices bringing samples and things like that. Today's story is about Jody Berea, a former high school librarian who way back in 1998 was sitting in a school bathroom flossing her teeth and thinking to herself how she hated her dental floss. She hated how it felt on her gums, but even more, she hated all the plastic waste that went to hold just a few yards of string. After her coworkers got tired of listening to her whine about floss, one finally said, "Why don't you do something about it?" So Jody did. Well, it took many, many years to go from idea to actually executing. She eventually went from having a mild irritation to launching a hugely successful e-commerce business. It was years after initially having the idea before Jody actually decided to move forward with it. She began by using some of those librarian research skills to research various flosses as well as various types of containers. She talked to dentists, friends, and family doing some market research. What Jody envisioned was a refillable container for dental floss as opposed to the wasteful disposable plastic containers she despised. She began working with a Chinese supplier, creating an artistic-looking glass container that could be refilled with silk cloth, which both eliminated waste and felt better on your gums. Now, I'm going to go a little bit off script here. You guys may have seen Facebook ads for similar types of floss. I think Jody was one of the kind of first people into this space and wanted to blow it up. And we've seen a lot of kind of competitors come and copy, but I see this type of thing on AliExpress all the time, like silk floss in reusable glass containers. Jody ordered various batches of floss from various suppliers. She worked on getting the necessary permits and licenses, and a few $1,000s later, she was a little closer to launching her business. Eventually, she reached out to SCORE. Now, we've talked about SCORE.org before. I actually worked with a couple mentors myself from SCORE, and I occasionally attend SCORE events and roundtables around the Chicagoland area. For those of you not aware, go check out SCORE.org. SCORE is basically retired former executives who volunteer their time to help small businesses and aspiring entrepreneurs. A few years ago, I was pushing SCORE really hard, encouraging a lot of you guys to check them out. The one frustration many people had, and myself to a small extent, is that many of these volunteers are older and were more involved in traditional businesses, so they likely aren't going to be able to help you sell ClickBank products or launch a winning Amazon product or a YouTube channel, but that doesn't mean they still don't have a lot to offer, so I'd highly recommend you guys check them out. Again, it's a free resource, and you can check it out at score.org. Anyhow, Jody wound up meeting a former executive who mentored her and played a key role in helping her launch her brand. After working with this mentor, she had the confidence to invest a few $1,000s more into the business as things had kind of stalled for a bit. She invested into branding and a website. Her plan was to load up her car and travel around doing drop-ins at dentist offices and health food stores. Jody had mentioned this to her sister. Her sister wound up posting about it on Facebook. The post kind of took off, and by the end of the day, Jody already had a number of customers and orders. By the end of the week, she had orders rolling in from all over the country. Jody quickly set up an office in her spare bedroom, which would act as her production facility. She wasn't even ready to ship orders at this point, but with sales pouring in, she and her husband quickly set up a little assembly line, packaging, and shipping orders. With the business quickly growing, she knew she had to get set up with FDA registrations, which was $6,000. She and her husband dipped into their savings. They got the registration as well as ordered more inventory, and then packing and shipping began. The business was called Dental Lace, which actually came as a suggestion from a random stranger she was chatting with on an airplane years earlier. She wound up getting a lot of free media from health magazines to houseware magazines, and was even mentioned in many magazines, books, and websites about living a zero-waste lifestyle. This led to more print media, more influencers, both of which she has found to be more useful than buying ads, and she spent little to no money on advertising to date. Each month, Jody sends out a newsletter with coupons included. In 2017, the business's first year in business, they did $80,000 in sales. The following year, 2018, they did $400,000 in sales. And in 2019, they did over $500,000 in sales. Jody's husband has come on board and joined the business full-time as CFO. They already have 2 employees and a number of regular contractors. I think a kind of cool lesson in today's story is even if you don't have the traditional background as an entrepreneur, even if you don't have any skills that you would traditionally think of as entrepreneurship skills, various life skills and talents that you have from your life experience can really help you out in a business world. While a background as a librarian may not seem like a background of an entrepreneur, those research and problem-solving skills Jody had really paid off. Well, anyhow, guys, that's today's episode. Sorry for the late posting. I'm feeling like crap today, so I was happy we're at least able to get an episode out. Wish me luck that I don't have the coronavirus, and until next week, this is Rules for Rebels and Side Hustle Tuesdays, signing out.